Stay safe online. Don't read other people's comments and disable comment replies in your notification settings. So guys, I've had plenty of theories and topics prepared before the events that have transpired. And I'm not gonna let these leaks stop me from speculating and thinking about the game and making content that I want to make. I don't read comments myself since I want to stay safe, but I've heard that pretty much comments have gotten out of hand and my friends and family aren't gonna be able to stop trolls fully in the comments. So, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again, do not read other people's comments and disable comment replies in your notification settings. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Holy fucking shit, bitch. Naughty Dog, if this happens, I expected you to be more slick. I've mentioned this before, I'm never analyzing a trailer in depth ever again. In the 2019 release date trailer, I noticed one detail that got me worried. Holy shit. This has partially made it hard for me to sleep. My brain is fired up about The Last of Us whenever I try to go to bed, but this particular detail I've thought about a lot. Quick warning, you might want to click away from this video before I tell what the detail is. It's not a direct spoiler, but it's something that will get your mind racing and probably make you as worried as I am. If this happens in the game, Naughty Dog, we're not slick. So do click away if you don't want to get worried. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Tommy is not wearing his ring. What the In part 1, Tommy had his marriage ring, engagement ring, whatever you want to call it. But in the part 2 release date trailer, he does not. Remember I told you I was worried because they haven't showed or mentioned Maria, but it could just be the case that she plays a small role like in part 1. But seeing this detail, holy... I'm never ever we're watching the trailer maybe 2 or 3 times, but we're never going in depth ever again. If Ellie grew so close to Joel in 1 year, imagine spending 5 years with Uncle Tommy and Aunt Maria. Could well very be the case that Maria bites the dust some way somehow, and that's why Ellie goes on her revenge quest. Bro, how did Naughty Dog not think about this? In the part 1 story trailer, Joel had different clothes. He mostly had his shirt on, but they changed his model to hide which seasons and which part of the game the scenes that were showed took place. Naughty Dog were slick as hell misleading people in the trailer there. So if Maria bites the dust, why weren't they? Whoa. Okay, calm down. I hope it's just a divorce. Maria and Tommy are running things together at Jackson, right? And it could be that they have small differences on opinions, on how patrol should be carried out, what rules Jackson should have, etc. It could be that they have small arguments that stack up on each other, and that leads them to split up. I really hope that's the case. We don't know if somebody dies in the cabin or not. Dina definitely did not get shot in that scene. Otherwise, Naughty Dog, bro, what are you doing? There was a real dark theory that no, we're not thinking about it yet. There was a real dark theory that something could have happened to Ellie and that the gunshot would just edit it in before she screamed no. Seemingly, that theory has been debunked. Praise Neil. But, unfortunately, Naughty Dog, people that are involved with Naughty Dog have lied in the past to mislead. So I really, we're gonna go over that theory later. Don't think, get that shit out of my head. But let's say Maria bites the dust. How and why? Why would anybody want to kill her? So I'm gonna go over some possibilities of how this could happen, and I'll delve deeper into a few in future videos. But yeah, it could be that the remaining Fireflies want to get back at Joel, and that they take out the revenge on one of the leaders of Jackson, since they gave Joel safe harbor, so to say. Joel didn't kill all the Fireflies in the Firefly lab. He stopped a potential cure and he killed their leader. This will probably cause the remaining Fireflies to be pissed. And maybe in some way Somehow, they hear info about Tommy was a previous Firefly, or they some way somehow track down Joel, and they're pissed off at Jackson because why is Joel allowed to stay here? And that anger gets directed toward one of the leaders, so they take one of the leaders out. Maybe they also want to hurt Joel. Joel is ruthless. Maybe if they kill Joel, like, what, he's dead. What is he gonna feel? Maybe they want to hurt him emotionally, so they do that. Neil forbid. Another possibility could be, while we're out on patrol, right, we see what looks to be an abandoned place with a bunch of supplies, and we take those supplies, and surprise, it wasn't abandoned. So technically we accidentally stole supplies from some people, and they later, some way somehow, infiltrate Jackson. Maybe they pretend to be good people, they stay at Jackson for a while, they find out who the leader is, and in reality they're not good people, they're batshit crazy, and they get mad at one of the leaders. Yeah, they make one of the leaders pay for the accidental stolen supplies. This is kind of a simple way, and it's kind of been done before, so I think this is unlikely. The last possibility I want to mention that I can think of right now, which it might not make sense if you haven't paid attention to some details from part 1, but I'll go over into this possibility in a future video where it will sound like it makes more sense, alright? But David's people. You might say, hey, weren't they pretty much all killed and the town was burned down and stuff like that? How could David's people take out their revenge and possibly kill Maria? Well, go back to part 1. There's a line there. Yeah, I'll get into the possibility later. There's something that David mentioned in the winter chapter. I'm gonna go over that later. Stay tuned. But basically, right. The winter chapter took place before spring. What am I saying? Of course, winter takes place, yeah, before spring, but hey, you know what I mean. But like, Joel and Ellie went through David's town to get to the Firefly lab, and then later on they went back to Jackson. In order to head back to Jackson, they could have passed by near David's fallen town and get spotted by some people. It'll make sense later who those people could be. But, of course, Joel and Ellie wouldn't go directly back and go through David's town. Of course, they wouldn't take the direct route back. They aren't that stupid. But, could be that they've crossed an area that is nearby David's town in order to get back to Jackson, and they get seen or tracked by people who recognize them. These people are pissed off, and, they infiltrate Jackson slowly, undercover type shit. And then eventually, when they seize the opportunity, they found out who the leaders are. They bam, boom, boom. Because if Joel and Ellie are related to Jackson, they might not know the context of that Jackson isn't directly involved, and they might blame Jackson fully. And then we got leaders of Jackson. We got, I think it's Maria's dad, Maria, and Tommy. So then, bam, boom, bam. One of the leaders gotta pay. Unless Joel and Ellie took a state detour. But basically, Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah are near each other, where Joel and Ellie went. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Now, what about yours? Do you think, since Tommy is missing his ring and we haven't seen or heard from Maria, that she might die? Or do you think they just split up? If you do comment, do not read other people's comments. Other than that, like, share, sub with the bell if you're new, and learn to survive, and I'll see you when I see you.